Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Mangesh Dushing, working as a assistant professor in chemistry at Maratha Vidyaprasark Samaj, Nashik. Friends, in last video we saw type of reactions. In that case we started substitution reactions. In substitution reactions we saw the classification of substitution reactions, that is nucleophilic substitution reactions as well as electrophilic substitution reactions. Then in last video we started a nucleophilic substitution reactions where we saw what is nucleophile, what is base, what is the difference between nucleophiles and bases, and we saw some examples of nucleophilic substitution reaction. In this video we will start nucleophilic substitution reaction bimolecular, that is SN2 reaction. Friends, SN2 reaction means bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. In an example, we will see hydrolysis of methyl bromide by aqueous NaOH to give methanol. This is the structure of methyl bromide. If you reacted with aqueous NaOH, that OH minus acts as a nucleophile, then this OH minus attacks on this electropositive carbon, Br minus will leave. That's why that Br minus is called as a leaving group. So in this reaction, methyl bromide is a reactant, OH minus acts as a nucleophile, while methanol is a product and Br minus is a leaving group. If you study the kinetics of these reactions, we will find out, we will get that the rate of the reaction, it depends upon the concentration of starting material, that is methyl bromide, as well as the concentration of nucleophile. It means that the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of substrate into concentration of nucleophile. That is, rate is equal to K2 into concentration of substrate, that is methyl bromide, into concentration of OH minus, that is nucleophile. K2 is the second order rate constant, because the rate of reaction is depends upon the two species. That's why this is called as bimolecular reaction. That's why this K2 is called as second order rate constant. Friends, any reaction where lots of steps, any reaction is proceed through lots of steps. In that various steps, the rate of the reaction, it depends upon mostly a slow step. That is known as rate determining step, RDS. So rate determining step is a slow step. Friends, it is considered that most of the steps are very fast within the reaction. So rate of the reaction is not too much depends upon the fast stage. That's why rate of the reaction is mainly depends upon the slow step. Friends, bond breaking step is generally expected to be a slow step as it is endothermic, while bond formation step is a fast step as it is exothermic process. So in this SN2 reaction, whatever the bond breaking process, that is CBr bond breaking process, that is the slow step. So rate of the reaction depends upon the how this CBr bond breaks. Friends, we will see the SN2 mechanism, how this happens. So mechanism is, as you know, that it's a step by step illustration or description of all the events which are happens into the reactions while substrate is converted to the product. Now, we'll see the mechanism. Mechanism of the reaction is given by the scientist Ingold. The proposed mechanism we will see now. He showed a mechanism in such a way that the nucleophile attacks on the carbon, and whatever the leaving group Br minus attached to the methyl group that leaves. So whatever we get, that is called as transition state. So transition state is a intermediate, very short living, having a maximum energy. That short living intermediate is called as transition state. While breaking this transition state into the product by departure of leaving group. So leaving group will leave. So this is the mechanism proposed by the Ingold. So this is one step mechanism. This is very short lived transition state. That's why this is called as one step mechanism. So in a single step, OH minus attacks on the carbon while Br minus leaves the carbon. So bond forming process as well as bond breaking process happens into the same step. As in kinetics, we saw rate of the reaction depends upon the concentration of substrate as well as concentration of nucleophile. It means that in a rate determining step, in a slow step, the concentration of nucleophile as well as concentration of methyl bromide taking part into the slow step. So in this case, what are the main facts? So first is backside attack of the nucleophile. So nucleophile is coming from the backside of the leaving group. We will see what are in the next slide why this nucleophile coming from the backside. Second important thing is that this is the concerted mechanism. Concerted mechanism means simultaneous. So simultaneously nucleophile attacks on the carbon while simultaneously CBr bond will break. So bond forming process as well as bond breaking process happens in the same step, that is called as concerted mechanism. So in a concerted mechanism, the energy released when COH bond is formed, that energy is used for CBr bond breaking. So energy released while COH bond forming, that is utilized for the breaking of CBr bond. Now we will see why there is a backside attack. So first thing is that minimum steric hindrance requires less energy, as atomic size of oxygen and atomic size of Br both are bigger. So if OH coming from the front side, there is a lots of steric hindrance between Br and oxygen. If OH coming from the back side, hydrogen atomic size is very small, so there will be the less steric hindrance. Second factor is minimum dipole repulsion. As we know that this is a nucleophile which is rich in electron, and whatever the leaving group is also having a partial negative charge. So negative charge and negative charge, there will be the repulsion. So that is called as dipole repulsion. So why there is a backside attack? There are two reasons. One is to avoid the steric interaction and second one is to avoid the dipole repulsion. That's why in SN2 mechanism, nucleophile attacks from the backside of the leaving group. Now we will see what is transition state in the SN2 reaction. So a transition state is a very short lived configuration of atoms at local energy level is maximum in energy profile diagram. So in this SN2 reaction, as we know that this is a concerted mechanism, OH attacks on the carbon, CBr bond will break. So this is the transition state we will get. And then this transition state, that is very short lived, that is break down into the product, that is methanol. So what are the properties of this transition state? We will see one by one. So in this transition state of SN2 mechanism, the carbon having 5 groups, 3 hydrogens, one is incoming group, that is nucleophile, while second is leaving group, that is Br. OH and Br are maximum away from each other, so angle between them is 180. They are maximum away from each other, linear configuration. Their angle between CBr and COH, this angle is 180. While all these three hydrogens are in a one plane. So angle between these three hydrogens, any two hydrogens, is 120 degrees. So all this C and 3H are planar. That's why this OH is perpendicular to this CH3 plane, while this Br is also perpendicular to this CH3 plane. So angle between OH and CH3 plane is 90, and angle between CH3 and CH3 plane and Br angle is 90. So OH and Br are maximum away from each other to minimize the steric hindrance as well as dipole repulsion. So because of this the minimum dipole repulsion, minimum steric hindrance, this transition state having a lower energy, but as this is charged, 5 groups on the carbon, the energy is very high as compared to the starting material, as compared to the product. That's why the transition state is a short-lived configuration of the atom at local energy is maximum in an energy profile diagram. So transition state has a maximum energy level within the energy profile diagram. In this case, if you observe, see this carbon is sp3 hybridized. sp3 hybridized carbon in a transition state, that is converted to the sp2, because the angle between this hydrogen carbon hydrogen, that is 120, it's similar to the sp2 carbon. While here C H C H C H, this bond angle is 109.5, that is sp3 bond angle. In this case, this bond angle is 120. So this is the sp2 hybridization. So sp3 is converted to the sp2, sp2 again converted to the sp3 into the product. That's why the SN2 reaction is called as nucleophilic bimolecular substitution reaction, because the rate of the reaction, it depends upon the concentration of OH as well as concentration of CH3Br. It clearly indicates that in a slow step there is the involvement of nucleophile as well as methyl bromide. So this mechanism proves that in a slow step there is a concentration of OH, that is nucleophile, and methyl bromide involvement is there, that is called as RDS, rate determining step. Friends, now we will see the stereochemistry in SN2 reaction. As we know that nucleophile in a SN2 mechanism coming from the back side of the leaving group. So we will get this transition state break down into the product. So main thing is to be observed that this OH minus, that is nucleophile, is coming from the back side of the leaving group. So if this carbon is a chiral center, then there will be the inversion of stereochemistry. So if this substrate contains chiral carbon bearing a halogen atom, leaving group, then molecule produces inverted product. So if this is a chiral carbon, suppose the stereochemistry is R, then this nucleophile is coming from the back side, so there will be the inversion of configuration. It's like the inversion of umbrella. So in a rainy season, in high wind, umbrella will get flipped, inverted. So this is called as inversion. So inside group is converted to the outside group. So in short, in stereochemistry, we can say that is in a stereochemistry of SN2, inversion of configuration takes place. That is, R gives S while S gives R. If this starting having a R configuration, then product will be S configuration. In opposite way, if starting having S configuration, product will having a R configuration. Friends, now we will see the energy profile diagram for SN2 reaction. First, what is energy profile diagram? So energy profile diagram is a graphical representation of change in energy, change in energy in a molecule while reaction progress. So, this is called as reaction coordinate. For SN2 mechanism, that graphical representation looks like this. So, this is a starting material. At the starting point, there is a nucleophile as well as starting material. As soon as this nucleophile attacks on this carbon, energy rises. So, at maximum energy level, whatever the spaces we will get, that is short lived higher energy spaces, that is transition state. So, in a transition state, nucleophile forms a bond with this carbon partial, while this partial CX bond will break. So, this is called as transition state. Again, transition state break down into the product, so energy goes on lower. So, at the end we will get the product as well as byproduct, leaving group leaves. In this case, the energy gap between energy of the starting material and energy of the product, that is called as delta H. Here delta H is negative. It means that the reaction is very spontaneous and it does not indicate whether or not it will occur or how fast. So, this negative value of delta H indicates that reaction is spontaneous. Reaction is somewhat spontaneous. Second observation is that in an energy profile diagram, whatever the energy gap between energy of the starting material and energy of the transition state, this energy is called as EA, that is activation energy. The energy gap between starting and transition state, that energy is called as activation energy. The activation energy is the minimum energy required to get the reaction going. Without this reaction, starting material, that is substrate, does not convert it to the intermediate, that is called a transition state. So, without transition state we will not get the product. So, activation energy is the minimum energy, without that energy reaction will not proceed. So, activation energy is the energy required to get the reaction going. Lower the activation energy, then obviously the reaction rate will be faster. If activation energy is high, then reaction rate will be slow. Then we will see activation energy depends upon the energy of transition state. Lower its energy, so stabilizes it, the faster reaction will be proceed. If activation energy is very high, it means that transition state is very high energy, it is very unstable, so reaction does not proceed. So, the gap between energy level of this substrate as well as transition state. So, in this case there are two spaces involved into the reaction. That is why the rate of reaction is equal to K2 nucleophile, K2 into concentration of nucleophile into concentration of alkyl halide. So, at this stage there is an involvement of these two species, nucleophile as well as methyl bromide, or you can say alkyl halide. That is why the rate of reaction, it depends upon the concentration of nucleophile as well as concentration of alkyl halide. That is why this reaction is called as SN2 reaction, nucleophilic substitution bimolecular reaction, and this K2 is called as second order rate constant. For SN2 reaction, the transition state resembles the reactant. So, in this case, reactant as well as transition state, to increase the rate of SN2 reaction, increase the rate of or energy of nucleophile, or choose the substrate so that transition state has lowest energy. So, to make this reaction faster, we should choose a substrate in such a way that transition state energy should be less, or we should choose a nucleophile which is strong nucleophile, so reaction rate will be higher. So by choosing a right nucleophile, right substrate, we can minimize the energy activation energy. So reaction rate will be higher. So in this way, we saw SN2 reactions. Now in next video, we will learn about stereochemistry of the SN2 reaction, that is nucleophilic substitution bimolecular. Thank you friends. Thank you for the watching. If you like this video, just like, share and subscribe. Thank you once again.